The year is 767 AD. It had been 291 years since the collapse of the Western Roman Empire, and what was known as the Middle Ages had now become the Dark Ages. Once again, collapse had come to Europe. The world lay shattered and broken, with the glories of the past reduced to nothing but ash. In this world, there is no authority. There is no one who rules, makes laws, or provides guidance. It is everyone for themselves in a perilous world. It is in this world we meet Kalin, a young and ambitious Croatian who has started making a bit of a name for himself in this fractured world. In 768, successfully managing to take command of the tribe of Senj and its surrounding forest, earned the 28-year-old the title of Osvajac, meaning conqueror in the Croatian tongue, a name that he would adopt into his dynastic title for future generations. The surrounding areas were a mix of Slavic paganism and Catholicism, and cultures such as Croatian, Serbian, and Dalmatian. The year is now 769 AD. Where Kalin takes his tribe remains to be seen, and the fate of Europe still hangs in the balance. Good morning, evening, dusk and dawn, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Crusader Kings 2 Shattered World. Now, Shattered World is interesting because it's like it says on the tin, the world is shattered. Every single province in the game is independent. There is not a single duke, king, emperor, apart from obviously the nomads over here, but they're still all one province miners. So I bet you're all wondering what we are doing today. Well, we are here in Senj. This is us. And this is Chief Kalin of Senj. We have to pick an ambition and choose a focus for our character, but we'll get on to that soon enough. First of all, I want to introduce you to Chief Kalin of Senj properly. What can we tell you about Chief Kalin of Senj? Well, there's a strange gap here. I hope that's just a bug. Well, as you can see, he was born in 740. He has a son called Mislav, who has just been born today, in fact, 1st of January 769. What else can I tell you about him? Well, he's a brilliant strategist, an almost preternatural understanding of all things martial, having the perfect makings for a martial or a military tutor. He is a Lightfoot leader. This character has proven to be capable of commander when leading Lightfoot infantry into battle. He is a legitimized bastard, which means that this character was born out of wedlock, but has been legitimized by a father which history forgot. In fact, both his parents were forgotten. He's attractive. This character is the most pleasing physique, most attractive to the opposite sex. He's also a strategist. Kalin loves planning campaigns and analysing the current state of affairs. He's lustful, or luxuria, the first deadly sin, inflames this man. These carnal desires are not appreciated by the church, and might also cause problems out of the marital bed. But he's also honest. Lies do not come easy for this character, who values truth above all else. It is not a good trait for spy masters or plotters, but is respected among diplomats. He's also ambitious. He works hard at making them better at everything, but their drive to reach the top means they tend to make poor vassals. Luckily, Chief Kalin here, he's an independent ruler. He's in charge of the chiefdom. The chiefdom, whatever. The tribe. Here is the tribe of Senj. Senj Tribe. We have a few decisions we can do here. We have our money, our wealth, our prestige, our piety, our domain size. We need to appoint some councillors. I'm going to check this out first. We need to worship the ancestors. Excellent. What do I wish for? Guide my sword in battle. Oh wait, I should probably read these events properly. You've decided to visit the shrine in the Holy Grove and make a sacrifice in honor of your ancestors, hoping for their aid in return. What will you ask of your forefathers? Guide my sword in battle. Let me conquer my enemies. Excellent, we'll see how that goes. Next, we can do our council. So, first position, Chancellor. Need someone who's good See, he's good diplomatically, but he's also good intrigue-wise. So I'm actually going to go for this guy, Slavik, who's just a courtier. He's going to become our diplomat. Our marshal can be Branimir. Yes, Branimir, you can be the marshal. The steward. Again, you're really good at intrigue, and this person's only one below you. So, stewardship's very important to me. So I'm actually going to bother. That's loud. I'm going to bother looking for someone. This person's only a 10. It's enough for me. Invite them to court. Can we find anyone better marshal? No. That's fine. Spymaster-wise, yes. Tvierdoslav. Yes, you can be our spymaster, and our court chaplain can be Boris. Well done, Boris. So, stewardship. We're going to get something better in. So yeah, Chief Kalin Osvajac. I hope you guys liked the little intro to the video I did, by the way. I was quite proud of that thing. I hope you guys enjoyed that as much as I did. So yeah, let's pick ourselves... we have a successor nomination. Ah, we have elective Galkind. Well, at the minute, I'm only going to select my son. So, let's learn a little bit about this inheritance. The titles of rulers are divided among his children, the primary heir, who is elected from among the members of the ruling dynasty. The law defaults to primogeniture. Excellent. Pick an ambition. Yes, of course. King of Croatia? No, Kalin doesn't want to become King of Croatia. Kalin is... He's a brilliant strategist, you know, he's a genius when it comes to the military. It's you know, unsurprising. You know, but he doesn't want to become King of Croatia. You see, what he wants is, there are these people, you see. These ones in yellow, these guys, called Dalmatians. Don't get them confused with the Avars over here. They are the Altaic culture group, not the Latin one. The Dalmatians here, they're who he wants to deal with. Because you see, Kalin's a bit of a Dalmatian racist, shall we say. Let's phrase that a different way. He dislikes the Latin cultures because he remembers the days of the Roman Empire, the Western Roman Empire to be exact. Well, he doesn't remember them himself, but he studied them, he learnt about them, and he learnt that he didn't like the Romans. So he wants to destroy any sense of them here on the Gulf of Venice here. He wants to unify this region. And he's not he hasn't got pride, he doesn't suffer from pride per se, but he does... He is a little bit full of himself, and he wants to unify this territory into the land that he calls Kalinia, named after himself, obviously. So we'll see how well he goes there. So I'm going to pick for him, build a war chest, get some money coming in. And as a focus, well, the focus for him, it's war. Gonna get our council doing some things. We're gonna train troops in Senj. Statecraft, that's fine. Study technology in Constantinople. Just makes sense. It's the most, you know, vastly technologically superior place to us. This is our technology currently. We're waiting for that steward to come in. So, I think it's time to unpause the game. And let time tick by. Here we are. You asked your ancestors for military power and prowess in battle. Now it is time to present your offering. What will you give them in return? Ancestors, may this feast please you. What's that? The patron deity. Okay. Together with the Volve and her disciples, You placed a great bounty of food and drink on the offering stone. You spent the entire night feasting and singing the great chants in your ancestors' honor. Now all you can do is wait and hope. May the ancestors bestow their blessing upon me. I awoke this morning with no knowledge of my past, of where I was. I was assured by confused servants who, assuming that this was some prank or test, told me that I am their ruler. Who am I? Where did I come from? It was questions like that made Kalin such an interesting leader. You see. Ooh, here we are, what's this? The Order of St. Anthony. The Knights of St. Anthony come from one of the oldest chivalric orders in the world. In 370 AD, disciples of Anthony the Hermit founded the Order of St. Anthony under the patronage of Emperor of Ethiopia. Although they have kept a low profile for many centuries, the Holy Order is now resurfaced as a powerful force. Their stated purpose is to protect Miaphysite Christians from all those who would seek them harm, and to purge the lands of infidels and heretics, wherever they may be found. Saint who? So, we're going to keep going through. This guy should be arriving in our court any day now. There he is. May you live in harmony and contentment. Yes, excellent. So, Pollen, congratulations. Welcome to court. You are my steward. And on top of being my steward is the person with the highest stewardship in the realm. Oh, he's not actually, funnily enough. It's actually this person. You can be my regent. My designated regent. Should the realm need it. Not just overall, in general. I can raise 748 troops. Can I hire a retinue of any kind? I can, actually. We can hire some sworn defenders. I'll happily take one lot of those. That's going to cost us a little bit of piety to build them up, but that's a-okay. And that'll give us 150 soldiers split between 75 light infantry and, ooh, squeaky chair, and 75 archers. Is the 3rd of February already? My oh my. So, I think it's time to start striking at these Dalmatians. Which of these places looks the most valuable? It looks like Zadar or Veglia. What's this? Interesting. Tax 19.8. 9.7. Ah, okay. So Veglia seems to be the more valuable target here. So we're going to let these retinues build up, with Kalin leading the army, of course. We'll let the retinues build up, and then I think we're going to declare consolidation war on Veglia. Now, I'm quite excited for this series because, I don't know, I love this game. It's one of my favorite games ever. And, I don't know, I just think this is going to be a really cool story to tell. You know, Tribe and a Shattered World and stuff like that. And Kalin's an interesting character. He's a guy that came out of nowhere. He's young, he's only 29. You know, and he's suddenly in charge of this vast tribe. And he's going to bring them somewhere, I hope. I have ideas of where I want to go. But I'm also going to be, like, role-playing each character. So if, like, a character is quite diplomatic, if their diplomacy is quite high but their martial is quite low, we're not going to do many wars. We're going to do a lot of diplomacy and trade. Sure, that might bite us in the long run, but hey, I want to play this game properly. I have recently noticed one of my soldiers, Dime. I recently noticed one of my soldiers' Dime is something else, to say the least. He outmaneuvers warriors with twice his experience in the sparring ring on a regular basis. Perhaps I can find him a new position. 14. Maybe the ancestors sent him to me. He's got a personal combat skill of 43. That's better than mine. Excellent. Yes, you are already my new marshal. Congratulations. Welcome to the team. Now, one other thing we have to oh my lord, I cannot speak today. One other thing we have to bear in mind with this is not only are the surrounding areas not Croatian, they are Dalmatian, and therefore of a different culture group. They're not South Slavic, they are Latin, but they're also the wrong religion. We are Slavic pagan, as you can tell via this. Ta-da. These are Catholics. They are Catholics. Catholics! Catholics and pagans, we don't get along. I'm going to play in the terrain map mode for a little while just because I think the terrain map mode is pretty. I'm going to bump the speed up just a little bit. So, I think 900 troops versus their 400 something. Yeah, we can do that. So, it's time. Declare war. The consolidation of Veglia. And we've done it. We've done it. Let's raise our troops up. Get you marching that way. You will arrive there on the 27th. Excellent stuff. Slow down again because we're at war. We're going to have a fight. And great. Wow, we've really just slaughtered them. How many people did we even lose? We lost 16 to their 206. Wow. And they're fleeing to this area. Do you want to chase them? I get on the 20th. When did we get there? 22nd? We could just siege Veglia. Yeah, we're just going to siege Veglia. The city of Veglia. They have a city here. The first thing we're going to have to do once we take Veglia, of course, is we're going to need to... we're going to have to build a tribe there, because cities and castles and stuff like that, we can't deal with those. Temples, we can deal with temples. We can have temples. When we get the money, I want to build a temple in our capital. Because it's just a bit of extra income. You can tax the temple. You know, but... Ah, my wife is pregnant. Oh yes, we never looked at my wife. Chiefess, Yelena. Hello, wife. You're pregnant. Congratulations. This is not... This is someone who has generated for me. And she's only 17. 17, married a 29-year-old. It's only 12 years, it's not bad. I'm sorry about the squeaky chair, by the way. Every time I lean back, it just likes to, you know, squeak. Can't do much about it. So we are sieging this city quite nicely. One thing we can do... Oh, hello. I'm starting to think... Snezana? I'm gonna call her Susanna. I'm starting to think Susanna might fancy me. That's my, that's my designated region. I'm gonna make a move. I'm lustful. That's what I do. Nah, it doesn't matter if the wife doesn't find out. I went to Susanna's chamber and gave her a good tumble. It's good to be the chief. Hopefully she doesn't get pregnant. That could be a problem. We have a decent court chaplain. Can I find anyone better though? No. Aha! We've captured a few people. Ah! Of course! I'm a fool! We should join a society. We should join the champions of Peyron. There's valiant champions of Peyron, the Slavic god of thunder. Strive to uphold an ideal of honor and guard their fellow men and women from wrongdoing. Their families are known to hang protective symbols of arrows and bolts by their houses to grant their heroes locked in the battlefield and shield them from the storms. Also, the Siege of Veglia is won. We're gonna try and join the champions of Peyron. We can't just join them. We have to prove ourselves. Vislava Svideniki of the champions of Peyron greets me with a brief nod. Another recruit, huh? To join our ranks, you need to prove yourself, boy. The woman says gruffly, folding her arms across her chest. You be fighting one of our own. Still interested, my lord? I'll gladly fight to prove myself. I've got a pretty good, you know, combat skill of 31. Also, hang on a second, please. Also, we're at 100% war score, so we can offer peace to this person. We can enforce our demands, which means that we take this territory. Boom. We've won. As you can see, our territory is now 2 things. And the first thing I want to do is to spend a little bit of prestige. We can build a tribal holding. Vislava Svindenek and the champions of Peyron have chosen Chief Lek of Rugen as my opponent. The old man eyes me up and down. Excuse me. The old man eyes me up and down when we were introduced. Fresh meat, eh? He offers mockingly, before shoving an elbow into my side, making everyone laugh. A duel for honor, huh? His combat skill is very low. The duel. The onlookers are cheering for me as I swing my dull spear with increased enthusiasm. When it's over, Chief Leka Rugen is on the ground, his face red with embarrassment. I shrug, smiling to the crowd, and at my opponent. I walk away victorious. We gain some prestige, we gain a little bit of monthly prestige gain. He gets wounded and a black eye, and loses more personal combat skill, and my duel experience increases. So duel experience... I don't know exactly how that system works, but yeah, nice. So we're building a tribal holding right here. Once we've done that, I can put that as my main holding, hold that, and then obviously we can what's it called? Then we can not be holding the wrong holding territory, because I'm a tribal person, not a feudal one. I can't hold these feudal holdings myself. I can give them to other people, though. One thing I will do, however, is I would like to... Where is it? Also, that will increase our ability to, what's it called? Hire more retinues. There we go. I can't speak today, I apologise. So the first thing I want to do now is... You're Catholic, get out of my face. The first thing I want to do, primarily, is I want to tell my diviner to proselytize in Veglia, because it's the wrong religion. So there's a chance that they can convert it. And also, it's the wrong culture. We are Croatian. This is clearly Dalmatian. As you can see here, Dalmatian. So we want our steward to settle a tribe there. Now the chance of them actually doing this successfully, as you can see, is very low. Tribe settled 0.79%. Steward wounded 2.11%. That's fine. It is a cost worth paying. So now if I was to quickly zoom out and turn on the political map mode, you can see that we are now slightly larger in size, which is good. I'm happy with that. One thing that's interesting to note is, as a Slavic pagan, as a tribal Slavic pagan, there's something really cool we can do, which I'm going to show you once the retinue is built up. Offense or defense? That is the question. A solid rock breaks with the best steel. My men will be that rock. Unyielding. Defense plus 10% and morale down. Defense plus 20%. Wow. Yeah, I'll take that. Just becoming more and more of a leader. This pregnancy has made my wife, Yelena, much more talkative and cheerful than usual. She never misses the chance to chat with anybody within earshot. Unfortunately, most scholars agree that a pregnant woman should spend as much time as possible resting in a dark room to avoid giving birth to a sickly child. Yeah, she should rest. She should rest. That's what Kalin would do. Obviously, modern days I would allow my pregnant wife to you know, do what they want. But in this period of time, no. You go back in the darkened room. I am told you did not receive a single scratch during your initiation. That is the kind of impressive fighter we would be honoured to have sitting at our table. You are hereby humbly invited to join our ranks. Hey, I have joined the Champions of Payron as a fledgling. It gives me some interesting abilities. I can duel anyone. I can appoint shield maidens, which are female members of my dynasty, either sisters or daughters, to be my bodyguard. I'm more resilient to battle injuries, and when leading troops, my experience gives me access to new events in the field of battle. At first, Yelena struggled to rest properly in her dark room, but after I had the brilliant idea of having a bard tell her stories from outside, the experience has become a lot more bearable for her, and she is learning a lot too. Excellent. We do have some Christians in charge over here. This guy, a Christian. This guy, a Christian. I have received word that my lover Susanna is with child. Hope she will be able to persuade her husband to be the real father. Ah, my Chancellor. So I slept with my Chancellor's wife. Got it. I see now. I see what I've done wrong here. Oh, Kalin, you sneaky devil, you. Oh, dear Lord. We can only hope. Great. So we can field an impressive 1.07, sorry, soldiers versus this. The arm wrestling challenge. Spirits are high at the lodge tonight, and I'm itching for a challenge. Many important warriors have gathered in the large hall to celebrate a recent hunt, giving me no shortage of capable warriors to test my strength with. So I could challenge the head of... I could challenge Vislava, the head of the Champions of Payron. They're called a hero, I believe. Or in this case, heroine. Bedrick looks like a fitting opponent. He does. He's got a skill of 33 and my 33. It'd be evenly matched. We could see who would win here. Bedrick and I sit one in front of the other, preparing ourselves for the game. We put our arms on the table while a third fighter holds our fists still. The crowd around us chants a disjointed countdown and cheers as we start pushing against each other. Slowly but surely, Bedrick is gaining ground. Inch by inch, he is pushing my fist closer and closer towards the table. I'm starting to lose breath. My face is red and covered in sweat. Yet I still cannot manage to push back against his grip. I might simply not be strong enough to win this match. Now, when options like this show up, where I can do something because of my skill, I'm going to do it because, theoretically, from a roleplay standpoint, if I have the ability to do it because of my skills, I will do it. So I have a high intrigue, so I'm going to sneakily slide my elbow. With a loud thud, I slam Bedrick's fist against the table, earning a showering of cheers from the other warriors gathered around us. My opponent glares at me and mumbles something about accepting defeat as he rubs his hand. So I could what's the word? Berate him for losing, but he might challenge me to a duel. But I can gain 50 renown, or I can tell him not to be too hard on himself. I only gain 10 renown. I'm not exactly itching for renown right now, so you know what? He's not an overly prideful man. You know, and he's honest. He's an honest person. So you might be too hard on yourself, Bedrick. It's okay. Tonight, just as I was about to leave the main hall, I was approached by Ota, one of my fellow warriors. After chatting for a while, he reveals to me that he has been watching me for a while, and has come to consider me one of the most valuable members of the lodge, as well as a terrific fighter. You know, that martial skill's pretty good. Thanks, I feel the same way about you, Ota. Great, I have a close friend. Squeaky chair. Where are you, by the way? All the way up there. Dang. What's this? Hail, fledgling! Rumours are that great spoilers are waiting behind the walls of Grado. With enough grit and ambition, I assume I need say nothing more. Aquilia. So, this is actually probably a pretty good time to reveal what else you can do in this game as a pagan. And that, ladies and gentlemen, as we autosave, is you can go on a raiding party. So, I can select this unit, I can mark them as raiders, and we can march this way. And raiders will just get us money, basically. And if you've got enough raiders, you can even siege down the place. But instead of actually sieging it and conquering it and occupying it, you will just, what's the word? You will, kind of, just loot the place and, like, burn it to the ground. Basically. Veglia, how's your revolt risk flow? Hello! A son was born to Chief Kalin of Sien and Chiefess Yelena, named Tomislav? No. Wait, I saw a name there earlier I liked. We're going to call him Ivan. So we have Mislav, who is my current heir, and we have now Ivan, who is not my heir, unless I was to elect them to be my heir as such. But it's okay. So what's going on in this place? You can see our money's ticked up there. That's because we've taken all the loot here. And now if we siege this place down, what can happen is we can get the chance to get even more money, which we'll see at the top here. Let's just remove all of those. It's not taking us too long to siege down the stuff. The defenders of Mythburg successfully raided the camp of the besiegers. Damn. A son was born to Slavik, Babonic, and Susanna, named Adam. It seems my dalliance with Susanna has resulted in a child. Fortunately, Slavik thinks that the little Adam is his. Oops. So technically I have 3 children, but only 2 legitimate ones, which is funny considering I was born out of wedlock myself in this game, and in real life actually. So here we go, we're about to siege down. There we go. So we just gained another 15.5 gold, which is nice. Which also means that this loot protected by fort goes away. It's gone. We can just get all of the loot now. This is a really good way of making money, and yeah, this is how Kalin is gonna, you know, successfully raise the funds for his war chest, which he wants. Which to complete his ambition, we only need a total of 300, which we're already a third of the way towards. And my wife is pregnant again! Kalin, you scoundrel! Tribal holding is finished construction in Veglia. Excellent stuff. So, I can now generate a vassal. Here, because we have a new holding. I could pillage it first. Let's make a new vassal. Ooh, game, you're lagging a little bit. Hopefully this is now owned by, yes, a Croatian Slavic. Excellent stuff. We've got 4% to our revolt risk, but I don't think that's enough to really justify the minus 14% suppress revolt. Let's have a look how we're doing here. Good, we're about to siege down this area as well. Will we have enough to siege these guys down? Oh, much definitely. That bishopric is going to burn. As you can see, the castle is on fire, the city's on fire. We just gained another 39 gold. We're rocketing our money up now. Yeah, so I'm not opposed to being a bit of a raider. You know, Kalin, he's a scoundrel. Look at this man, he's 30 years old, our Kalin. About to turn 31 at the turn of the next year. We went through 770 quite quickly, actually. It's already 771. And we're about to... There we go. Siege of Fiume. And we've gained another 16 gold from that. Okay. As your men return from looting the holding, one of them hands you an axe with a strange purple sheen and a plus etched into the handle, followed by the number 2. After weighing it carefully in your hands, you toss aside your old grey axe in favour of the new weapon. Adds a +2 axe to the treasury. Okay, yeah, that's interesting. Let's investigate that. This +2 axe gives me +2 martial. Excellent. Good stuff. I think we should, for now, return home, because I've just noticed that there is illness. Consumption, in fact. Which is another fancy word for tuberculosis. In this area. So I want to wait for the illness to pass before we go sieging anywhere else. For fear that Kalin might catch it. So that's okay. Yeah, money's not a problem anymore, is it? It occurred to me that my wife is feeling somewhat gloomy as of late. The burden of her unborn child is surely causing some humoral unbalance that is affecting her mood. I mean, do me and my wife get along? Her opinion of me, my opinion of her, get along. I'll buy her something nice. I have gained the charitable trait. This virtue is famously charitable. Caritas is the third of the 7 virtues and a most chivalrous trait. Lack of ambition. Upon returning from a small raid with my personal guard, I've been talking to Chief Gleb of Toropets. The man does not understand the urge for adventure whatsoever. What about the prosperity it brings your tribe? I argue, showing off a new bracelet decorating my arm. He sighs, seemingly unimpressed. Oh, I could help you hone that ambition, Gleb. I offer him some advice. Chief Gleb refused my offer, muttering something about not being a charity project. If adequacy is enough for the man, who am I to intervene? I feel like... I feel a little bit offended by that, Gleb, to be honest with you. That I'm grateful. I was going to bring him my favourite collection of sigils. Sigils? Sigils. Title loss on succession. Yes, the chiefdom of Veglia, because Ivan will take it, because we have elected Gavelkind, which means our territories are split evenly amongst all of our male children. Only male, because we are agnatic. We are not agnatic, cognatic, which means that female can inherit only if men are unavailable. And we have had a daughter. We will call her... Is there a goddess we can name her after? I don't know if any of these are female, so... We're gonna go for the next one that pops up, which is Natalia. Natalia. That's a nice name. So, what's happened so far? Not a lot. We've kind of just been doing bits and pieces. Squeaky chair. I didn't ask for your opinion. I don't know why you're giving it to me. Your Marshal, Dime, has initiated a massive recruitment drive in Senya. Excellent. One thing I will say is I think it's time that we moved on to our next pursuit along the Gulf of Venice. What Kalin likes to refer to as the Dalmatian coast. Because it is the coast in which the Dalmatians rule. Yeah, so the next section of the Dalmatian coast, which is at Zadar, here, Kalin's eyeing up. And we've got the forces to take it, but do they have any alliances? No, they don't. So led by Count Vrasinus of Zadar. Well, my good sir. Oh. What happened to your previous wife? She died! Ah, even she didn't want to be around you. You there, my good sir. Consolidation of Zadar. A consolidation because that's what... you know what? We don't need these four. These four are fine. March. We'll arrive on the 18th of May, which is in 1 week's time. We will have enough to siege these down. Yes, excellent stuff. There are his 600 troops. We are marching into plains. I'm leading, obviously, light infantry mostly. Who's this? Mariana insists that I help her get an old hat to fit. A very futile task, as she's too big for it now, as I've already told her several times. Am I just educating this person? Look, she's a giant. She's a giant 8-year-old. My god! No child tells me what to do. Mariana thinks I'm mean for not helping. She even stuck her tongue out at me. Well, she's stupid. And there we go. We lost 7 troops to their 246. Kalin is just dominating this coastline. Like, so few people are dying. Like, he loses like 6, 7, up to like 10 soldiers, and the other side loses hundreds, and it's just like, what? The history books will surely tell of Kalin's exceptional military prowess. And we can only hope that his children, his heir, Mislav, lives up to his father's legacy one day. The cook had prepared a magnificent meal with lots of different fruits, various kinds of meat, plenty of freshly baked bread, and several mature cheeses. I can either gain gluttonous or temperate. We're going to go for temperate. I satisfy my hunger with bread and water. I did not gain temperate, but I did also not gain gluttonous, so that is a-okay with me. How long have I been recording for? Okay. That's fine. We'll go for just a little bit longer. We'll go until the end of this war. Okay. That's not something I wanted to see. I need a military man. We'll have to do... They're marching into the forest. The forest does give a bonus, and they are low morale. Oh boy, the army of Baron Pascalis You have to defend Senj. When do they arrive? The 3rd of August, okay. This is tense. I'm going to slow time down for this. And they're here. What's happening? Okay, we're volleying at each other. We don't have as many archers as they do. Oh no. Nah, we're losing. You fools! On the plus side, they don't have enough troops to actually siege Senj. Damn. They lost 24, we lost 12. They lost more than us. Oh no, sorry. Is that the other way around? Yeah, my bad. We lost 24, they lost 12. We lost double what they did. They're also marching to chase us. They'll leave on the 3rd of September. When could I get back? The 30th of August, yes. We're sacrificing the siege of Zadar to actually capture this army. I was hoping the forests would defend us and our retinue, but clearly our military leader just wasn't up to scratch. The Battle of Senj. I could have sworn I heard the enemy commander, Bishop Blaxius, barking orders, but as I search the forest, he is nowhere to be found. A fellow soldier finally informs me that he has been spotted cowering in the far back behind a hollow tree, and most disgracefully, behind his troops. Ah, how lovely. I shall duel the commander myself. Interesting. Just as I injure him, I'll start that again. Just as I injure him, Bishop Blaxius manages to swing his spear in perfect half circle, causing me to fall backwards with a surprised huff. Then he stumbles down into the dirt. I turn to the windy skies above me, sending a prayer of thanks to Peyron. You win the duel. Ah, he has lost his eye. I have cut that man's eye out, apparently. Which is, lovely. Are you seriously going to march that way? On the 11th of September? When could you guys get out? The 4th... 28th... He's seriously just going to move that? Oh, Christ's sake. What?
Just a sec, yes.
Siri, what do you... No! Siri, go away! Why is he suddenly marching on my retinues, damn it? My retinue should actually be able to handle this one, because yeah, they're massively outnumbered, but these guys are already routed. So yeah, that's fine. We can just go this way. I mean, we have to now move that way because of reasons. But... And there we go. We are now probably chasing them, hopefully. Yep. We're both going to arrive there on the same day. September 27th, my birthday. This war is more tedious and annoying than I hoped it would be. I didn't want to lose that Battle of Senj. That was embarrassing. But it wasn't Kalin's fault. It was Paschalis. We blame him, and the history books will remember that. Paschalis, disgruntled and basically a nobody, decided that he was going to take the reins of the retinue stationed, squeaky chair, the retinue stationed in Senj, thinking that he was better than anyone else. And his actions ultimately are what caused the retinue to be defeated, because he had the superior you know, terrain. They were in defensive positions. They'd been there for a couple of years, and Paschalis, he just threw it all out. I would even argue Paschalis wanted Kalin to lose the war. How intriguing. Personal combat skill is down. Why is that? Ah, yes, of course, I'm wounded from that duel. Rumours of a traitor working with the besiegers has eroded the morale of the defenders. The old wound is finally healed, leaving a The old wound is finally healed, leaving a pretty grotesque scar behind. Ew. The scar's pretty good though, because the scar actually will give us an extra +1 to our monthly gain of renown. I think we've almost been part of this for 3 years, haven't we? Yeah, next year will be 3 years. Speaking of next year, we have just hit the year 772. Once this war ends, which will happen after we win the siege of the castle at Sibernek, then I will call the episode here. Because it's been a pretty long episode. I'm not going to edit these videos. I'm just going to throw them in and upload them. Because you know what? I'm editing the Fallout 3 Settler mod series. I'm stretching. And, you know, I can't be bothered to edit everything. And that one I really take my time editing. I cut it so that it flows nicer. So this is just my relaxed, like, I'm just going to sit down and play this game. Because I want to, basically. Enforced demands, yes. Excellent. Excellent, excellent, excellent. Ooh, audio lag. Lower our troops. We need to build a tribal holding. We can create a duchy if we so wish. How much would that cost? 200 gold? Well. Oh, the game's lagging for no well-explained reason. There we go. It's back to normal. You know what, ladies and gentlemen? That will have to wait. Game. That'll have to wait till next time. Because I'm going to end this episode here. I know it's been a long one. Will they all be this long? I don't know. Maybe. But we'll have to wait and see. But I would like to thank all of you so very much for watching. I hope you've all enjoyed this series that we are doing. I don't know why the game's deciding to lag right at the end here, but you know what? It's decided to. And that's fine. That's fine. It can lag all it wants. I'm finishing the episode anyway. So, thank you all so very much for watching. I hope you all enjoyed this episode of Crusader Kings 2, The Shattered World. And I will see you next Saturday. That's right, this series is going to be once a week. That's why it's unedited, and that's why it is so long. It's only going to happen once a week, every Saturday, until we are done. So I will see you all next week for the next episode of Crusader Kings 2, The Shattered World. Thank you all very much for watching. I have been Squid, you have been you, and this is the end of the video. See you all next time.